Hey guys, Saf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to beat Agreth the Nether Spider. This is a Doom Tower boss that shows up in Rotation 1 and Rotation 2 of the Doom Tower. So it is a boss that you're going to need a decent strategy to beat. We're going to have a look at what the boss does, what the current strategies are, and what this new, very fast, very quick, very easy strategy is all about. So as you can see, we are currently on rotation 2 of the Doom Tower. So we have the Eternal Dragon and we also have the Celestial Griffin. These are the two bosses that got added for this rotation. But at around about floor 110 hard and 110 normal, you are going to face the Nether Spider. Now, what does the Nether Spider do? It is all about poisons with this boss. Whenever you start the battle with the Agreth Nether Spider, you're going to get a tide of toxins, you're going to get loads of poisons thrown on you. All of the allies, she summons like four different spiderlings, they will all place a poison whenever you attack them or whenever they take a turn. Agreth the Nether Spider will also place a poison whenever she attacks you, and she can also extend those poison debuffs. She can place poison sensitivity. Now, all of her damage is pretty much based around being able to activate those poisons on you. So we can see on this Tide of Toxins passive here, attacks all enemies at the start of each turn, deals damage from all poison debuffs on each enemy instantly. So what you end up experiencing is lots of poisons being placed on you. There are a couple of strategies to beat this already active. One strategy is an immunity cleanse style of team. One thing you cannot do is block these poisons or resist them, so you kind of need a cleanser. So one way you can do this is you can bring someone like a Riho. Riho comes in and she full cleanses the team when she takes this A3 turn. That way you get rid of the poisons and then you can carry on as you will. She also heals at the same time. You kind of need a healer and a cleanser, and then you're just killing the boss, but you want to avoid AoE A1s and you want to also avoid sort of attacking those spiderlings. You kind of want single target damage dealers, and eventually you kill the boss down. That's one strategy. Another strategy you can run is basically sort of an AoE nuke comp to try and kill the spiderlings or stun them. If you attack a spiderling when the counterattack is up, it will heal the boss and you will never get the sort of encounter defeated. However, if you run something like an Astrolon in your team, or someone like a Basilius Rowanus, or someone with a stun ability, then you can basically stun the spiderlings, kill them off, then focus all of your attention on the boss. That's a good strategy if you're bringing Ninja, because obviously Ninja has a random A2 and you want all those HP burns on the boss. She will resummon the spiderlings from time to time, so you need to make sure you can recycle back around to the AoE stun so you can kill the spiderlings again. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble if you're bringing any form of AoE, because the boss will heal by about 10 to 15%. So that's another strategy. The strategy that I have been using previously is a Paragon strategy. Now, the boss itself doesn't bring any form of ignore unkillable or any form of ignore block damage or any of these kind of things. So as long as you can keep the unkillable buff up on your champion at all times, they can't be defeated by this boss. So in this strategy here, I run a team to kill the waves and then enough tank to keep the Paragon alive for the first initial wave of toxins we're going to get. And then Paragon just unkillables himself. So we manual it until everyone is dead, and then we just put it on auto, disabling his A3. Now, this does take a hell of a long time. This time here is 36 minutes. Is actually not as fast as I can get it. I could probably go down to around about 25 minutes with Paragon solo. You run him in either a toxic or a deflection set. I personally prefer deflection because you can deflect the poison extension, which the boss will do. If you've got a poison on you, she will extend the debuff poisons. You can deflect that back as well as the poison debuffs. But the problem here is it just takes so long to do. In my efforts to speed this strategy up, I did put Phantom Touch and War Master on my Paragon. However, the thing to note about Phantom Touch, because of the way that it activates as a hit, if you put Revenge Gear on your Paragon, which is obviously a good thing to do, it's, helps get the War Master procs out. Well, if he counterattacks the spiderling with a counterattack buff up, then the Phantom Touch can activate the counterattack buff, which is why this has taken so much longer, because effectively he's counterattacking the spiderling, the Phantom Touch procs on the spiderling, and then the spiderling will then counterattack as a result of the Phantom Touch, leading to the situation where the Agreth Queen gets healed. I personally think this is a bug. I have reported it to Plarium, but it does slow it down. So that's one thing to note with this strategy. If you are using it, it's a bit of a slow one. But what I'm going to show you today is a new strategy that is going to make this insanely quicker, and it's much easier to build. and it involves a champion that we all may have just got if you pulled the 150 Ancient Shards. It involves Stoltis Dragonbane. Now, Stoltis Dragonbane has a passive ability. Whenever an enemy attempts to place a weaken debuff, a decreased defense debuff, or a poison debuff, it reflects it back onto the attacker. Damage increases by 5% for each debuff on the target. The damage increase we don't really care too much about, but the reflection we do. So what this basically means is he's got a no cooldown 100% chance deflection set on his passive against Agreth, and most of Agreth's damage comes from the poison itself. He's also defense based, which means you can make him extremely tanky with very little effort. I haven't got the best regen gear on here. I've got, a triple roll accuracy there, but there's no speed or anything else on here. We've got sort of just a standard double roll crit rate gloves. We're not even running HP percent or defense percentage gloves here. We've got a standard sort of speed with double crit rate. We've got some double speed here. We've got speed and accuracy. So I'm just looking for kind of speed and accuracy, a bit of HP defense. The revenge gear, because we want to actually use the A1. The A1 will actually decrease the turn meter by 10%, and if you decrease her turn meter, she attacks you back, which is good because it means that might be more poisons. So during my testing of this, I've actually discovered that there is a bug, I think, with 110 floor hard. So we know the data we need in terms of how much resistance and accuracy for each floor. At 130 hard, you need around about 355 accuracy. The boss has 330 resistance. So I've got 363 accuracy. However, no matter what I do, even if I've pushed this to like 450 accuracy, I always seem to have this issue where resistance is happening constantly. So let's just take a look here and see what I mean. So we're going to clear the wave. Now, obviously, if Stoltis was maxed out here, we'd be able to let him do this on his own. But we're going to bring in some support champions here just to speed up the wave killing. We're going to kill these off. And then at the boss, I'm really confused. I've double checked all the numbers. I've triple checked it. For some reason, he doesn't have enough accuracy. I'm not entirely sure why. So we're going to get to the boss here. Now, obviously, he's completely immune to poisons. So he doesn't take any damage. All the target change. He's sending them back to the spiderlings. And now all we're going to do is we're going to attack the main boss. We're going to get double resist. Now, he shouldn't have any problems applying. You can accept the 3%, but we're going to run this on auto until he dies. And you'll see that actually, it's almost as if he has got nowhere near enough accuracy for this boss, even though the resistance to this boss is 330. So obviously the spiderlings are going to do their attack. You can see he's transferring all those back. Only on sort of non-weak hits that's happening. Another double resist. Another double resist. And you see what I mean? Like it's like he hasn't got enough accuracy here. We got one poison placed there. So I'm not entirely sure what happens. I'm going to bug report this with Playroom after this video, because I'm going to show you now how this actually works on floor 70 hard, which is obviously less resistance, but it shouldn't be that much less resistance. So we're going to go back to floor 70 hard here. We're going to run exactly the same team, and we're going to run this through. And this is me, and this is why I'm saying this is the fastest, easiest strategy, because if we actually landed the poisons on the first boss there that we were doing the testing with, this would be pretty straightforward. You're going to see how quickly we can ramp up the poisons here on this boss. So we're at the boss now. Let's just take a look and see how many poisons you can quickly ramp up on the boss. So we get the first initial blast there. Obviously, we need the allies to die, so we get rid of those. He's just going to do his counterattacks. We're not going to A1, obviously. A3, we're going to just do A1s. Let the allies die, and then we can put it on auto, and you'll see how quickly this ramps up. Now we can go on auto. And this is why I think there's a bug, because look how quickly he's going to ramp the poisons up on this boss compared to the top boss. And he's got enough accuracy according to the data that we know. With 330 resistance, you add 25 accuracy onto that, and that's how much accuracy you need, so 355. And you can see almost instantly, we're at full poison debuff bar. We're not getting any resist whatsoever. So I definitely think there is a bug on floor 110 hard. So we'll see what player and respond to with that. But in terms of a solution for dealing with floor 70 hard, which is basically the next, sort of the second highest difficulty, this is how easy it is to do this boss. How quick it is. He's not in the most insane gear. I did swap an accuracy banner onto him to make sure that he had enough accuracy for floor 110 hard, although that didn't make any difference. I've run this at around about 240 accuracy on this boss, and it works perfectly fine as well. So obviously the slow speeds here will be due to no War Master. There's also the spiderlings have to take their turn, so we've got to wait for that. But we can quickly see, even just with a simple regen set, he's only in sort of an average build. He's not maxed out. He doesn't have masteries. He's not booked. He is destroying this boss. This boss is going down super fast. Paragon can run this around about 25 minutes. Even if you do a non-solo team, this could take you up to 3 to 4 minutes to get yourself cycled back through. Now, obviously, you're not going to farm Agreth. Nobody farms this set, but you do need to pass this set to get to, say, the better stages. If you're farming the Eternal Dragon or you want to farm the Celestial Griffin, you want to get those top rewards, you still need to kill this boss at least once. And this is by far the easiest strategy that I've ever seen to do this. Every time he attacks, he drops turn meter. And every time the turn meter is dropped on the boss will attack again, which means you place another poison. See, double attack, double poison. He's doing it twice. So it's really, really quick to ramp up the poisons on the boss. And there you have it, guys. 39 turns is my best time on here. He did this in 45. 4 minutes to basically kill floor 70 hard. If this was obviously floor 110, that's why I'd like to test this, but clearly there's a bug and an issue there. We'll see what Playroom says. But Stoltis Dragonbane is the easiest and best way to kill Agreth, the Nether Spider. So there you go, guys. That is the end of the video. I will be doing more guides around Stoltis and around different ways you can use him. The champion guides I'm going to be putting out are going to be more area focused going forward so that we actually can test things in specific content. We're going to do an arena focused White Dryad Nia guide and a couple of other things. I think this guy is really, really solid for anyone who's struggling in Agreth. It works extremely well. We'll find out what Playroom say in terms of the bug for 110, but it does seem like something is not right there in terms of the numbers. We can see here, this is the same build that I ran for that 110 hard. He's got 363 accuracy. I even used a 70 accuracy aura and he was still resisting 50% of the time. So there's something amiss with those numbers. But let me know in the comments below, guys. Did you summon Stoltis? Are you now going to think about using him for the Agreth, the Nether Spider? I certainly will be. It speeds up that situation for me by about 20 minutes. I don't have to sit there watching Paragon painfully kill the boss. I'm also curious to know, guys, if this run was actually faster than some people's cleansing teams. I've never really run that cleansing team in terms of a poison cleanser or an AoE stun. I'd be really curious to know if you think this is actually much faster than that run. As always, if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from our channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and those videos will come straight into your feed. But I will catch you guys in the next video.